I did not expect to do another Sonic theory this soon, but here I am, writing one frankly a lot bigger and more cosmically significant than the last. It began with a theory I saw rolling around about Blaze, a bootstrap paradox in which Blaze originates from the other world, and so does Solaris. Solaris leaked into Sonic's world during Rush, went back in time to be worshipped, created that horrible timeline, was then split into Iblis and Mephiles, and Blaze returned to help clean the mess she made. But that resulted in Blaze sealing Iblis within herself, then banishing herself from reality, paradoxically resulting in creating her own powers in other versions of herself across reality to begin with. In creating this bootstrap paradox, through manipulation of the multiverse, the Soul Emeralds and the Jeweled Scepter ensure their static position in a multiversal timeline and become far more difficult to destroy. A defense mechanism for a set of all-powerful artifacts which, according to the lore in Rush Adventure, are responsible for the perpetuation of the multiverse through the spawning of new timelines and parallel worlds. But just why are these artifacts, which are supposedly counterparts to the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emerald, so important and powerful in comparison? Well, for that, we must consider what the opposite function to that of the Jeweled Scepter would be. If this ancient scepter is meant to perpetuate reality through endless creation, then its opposite must abhor reality and seek its absolute destruction.
The end comes for you all.
The opposite of the Jeweled Scepter is none other than the end. While the Jeweled Scepter wields the power of the stars, creating new timelines and realities, the end seeks to then consume and obliterate them. The two are constantly at war with one another, while the scepter and the sentient power behind it creates realities with the intent of not just creating in general, but creating a timeline with the potential to eventually stop the end. But if these two forces are so vast and at odds with each other, where do the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emeralds stand in this dichotomy? Well, it's my belief that they act as the arbiters and the fulcrum between these two vast forces. Their war is never-ending, and there must be a method through which to tip the scales. As such, the dual creative and destructive potential of the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emerald are pivotal in doing so. These gems, vastly powerful and yet carrying no will of their own, exist purely to empower chosen champions of either the End or the Stars. Time and time again in this franchise, we've seen forces of good and evil wield the Chaos Emeralds with the intent of carrying out creative or destructive wills. On the creative side, we have Sonic and his friends, Gerald in his early years, Light Gaia, and the Ancients and their sibling tribes, one of which could likely be the Babylonians. On the destructive side, there's much of Eggman's plans, Gerald's final acts in life, Mephiles, the ancient echidnas under Pachacamac's rule, and of course the Black Arms, who may be another of the ancient sibling tribes who was directly conscripted by the End. Repeatedly, we have seen the Chaos Emeralds used as a fulcrum in the war between creation and destruction, and the wills and determination of their users being integral in determining the victors in this war. But then, how exactly do they facilitate such immense power? The question of where their seemingly infinite energy comes from has stood for some time, but I believe the answer lies in the direct link between the Master Emerald and the Jeweled Scepter. If the Jeweled Scepter wields the power of the stars, if it is connected to the perpetuation of all the multiverse, then it must be in command of all the power of the origins of creation itself, and simply chooses where it must go and how. But as realities are consumed and obliterated, timelines and universes consumed by the end, that energy must go somewhere. As such, it stands to reason that the endless power of the Master Emerald, doled out to the Chaos Emeralds, is truly the power left over by these failed worlds, then dispersed to ones that are still fighting. As more worlds are overtaken by the end, bringing their endless war closer to a tipping point, more power is given to the fulcrum with which to tip the scales faster. But even having all that power, nothing will be done with it without a chosen champion to wield that power and choose how it is used. Whether they elect to be destroyers or creators, any who take up the power of the Chaos Emeralds become agents of change. And I believe, with recent credible leaks regarding the next mainline title, and many narrative and design aspect similarities made in recent developments, I believe we can guess who the next chosen agents of the end might be. But so long as we have agents of change willing to stand and fight against destruction, the end will be held off. With the right agent of change, one free and strong-willed beyond all others, we may one day witness the end of the end. Well, I think that's enough rambling on this theory for now. I hope I put it succinctly enough for all of you to grasp. For now, this is the Envoy of Kairos signing out, and I'll see you all again soon for another video. Thanks for watching.